Good morning. Kyle, I got the Superman thing. I got that little hair. Minus all the superpowers and the great physique. But other than that, I'm practically Superman. And I wasn't born, well, he wasn't born in Kansas. He was raised in Kansas. He was born on Krypton. That's not what we're here to talk about. We are not here to talk about the history of Superman. We're here to talk about Noah. Regular friend, good buddy Noah. He's a regular on the channel. He kind of stops it regularly. He has a question. Hey, Cappy, it's Noah. I have finally left community college and have been accepted in my local four-year state college for majoring in accounting. And it's one of the best accounting schools in the nation. This sounds great. However, I'm deathly afraid of taking on debt after reading all your books and absorbing countless hours of red pill manosphere stuff about the payoffs and drawbacks of college. Not only am I afraid of the debt aspect, I am not sure if it'll even pay off since I would have to get the CPA still, even though the Big Four recruits heavily from the school. Yeah, but the only reason the Big Four heavily recruits from it is they assume if you go work for the Big Four, they are assuming you're going to go and get your CPA. And as accounting has become a more commoditized degree, like 10 years ago, yeah, get your accounting degree. Now it's like if you are going to go become an accountant, it is assumed you must go get your CPA. All right. Because if you're not going to, then the accounting degree is like, all right, well, it's certainly better than the liberal arts. It's certainly better than the social sciences and all these fucking bullshit degrees. Because you can become a bookkeeper or a payable, receivable, or inventory accountant. You can, do other things like become an enrolled agent, and you can, one of the better upside things is that you could do it remotely. That's a degree that lends itself well to doing it remotely. You can help people start your own company, things like that. But for the year or two of extra work with studying and getting advanced classes that you're going to need to sit for the CPA exam, it's definitely worth it. But it's really one of those kind of stay-at-home mommy degrees, like way more legit than, well, I sell makeup on, I have a business, I run a business, I'm an MLM person who has like the wine show, I do wine showings at my house, please buy my wine, I didn't major in engineering and I don't want to do math, buy wine. I have sex. Remember the sex toy thing? I don't know. Maybe let's go down like, hey, we have a sex toy party. Hey, girls, go in. You can sell sex toys and we can sell that. That's my 401k retirement plan. Buy a dildo, please. But accounting's a little more legit. I don't know. You make money, go make your money. I don't care how you make it. But accounting is a little bit more. I mean, how many dildos can you send to all the ladies in your local neighborhood? All right. So yeah, it's a given you're going to go become a CPA. And okay, you want to go and, go work for the Big Four. I suggest you talk to Chad Elkins about that. Maybe go work a year, but no, man, and let's be honest, you are Latino, so you might have a benefit because they're totally lobbying now for women and minorities. But fuck that shit, man. It still wasn't worth it. It's still not worth it. But once you get your CPA, boom, you go do taxes. It's like becoming a dentist. You go work on teeth. You CPA, you go open your office. You don't even open your office. You just start doing people's taxes. Not a sexy career, but it's a reliable career. It's a good career. Yeah, but it will pay off. It all depends on how much debt you go into it. But if you get your CPA, and assuming you're not pissing away your money on too high a money, and you're not because you went to community college, you have no debt. So these last 2 years, I can't imagine, especially at the California state system, that's some of the nation's cheapest tuition. Not rent, but some of your cheapest tuition. I think even if you didn't work and came out with that amount of debt, you pay it off. I do not want to bust my ass with a full-time job I have currently in school just to end up being paid $25 an hour while I'm currently being paid $20 an hour as a butcher at a grocery store. That's kind of cool. I didn't know you were a butcher. That's a skilled trade, man. I do not have mommy and daddy paying for me, and I am financially independent and pay for my own room and car. There we go. Wait, there's people like you left? Wait. Haven't your millennial brethren come to kill you? We can't have independent people not living on mom or dad or the government, being real men supporting themselves. Shh, keep that quiet. We don't want it. Oh, boy, they'll send the millennial assassins after you. And they'll fight with you. They'll attack you like this. Oh, God, I've been rare form this morning. My question to you is, should I not go through with it and just join the military instead? I'm in great shape, and I was going to do it last year, but the idea of missing family and close brotherly ties, God, dude, guys, you all have to leave home. No, I'm being deadly serious. No, what you need to read is A Dead Bat in Paraguay, and maybe not the whole thing, but the part, this is a book written by Roosh. He goes on a 16-month trip to South America to learn to pick up girls in South America. He doesn't speak a lick of Spanish or Portuguese. And that's an interesting aspect of the story, but he goes through this 16-month adventure. Not all of it good. Some bad things happen. Some good things too. Nothing tragic, but and then he comes back home, and he went on this amazing adventure, and it was like they were stuck in a time lock. Nothing changed when he got back home. Nobody did anything. It was like, oh, here's my rolling die for Dungeons and Dragons, and I went away for 16 months. It was still the same rolling die. And he had all this great, amazing things to tell him about it, adventures and thoughts, and oh, yeah, that's kind of cool. Same thing happened to me when I went to Wyoming and worked for a year. Came back, nothing changed. No one cared. Point I'm trying to make is that life is not to be staying there the entire time. And I know Latino culture and family is very important, but dude, you got to go out and fucking live. Doesn't mean you can't come back home. Doesn't mean you can't go back and settle, but you need to go out and become a man. Now, a lot of you, if you're supporting yourself and going to school at the same time, you're already well down the path to becoming a real man. Matter of fact, I say you are already a real man. But you can't, I miss my brothers and my family. And like, yeah, you will. You will. But you need to grow as an individual. You need to go out. You need to live. Weighed heavily on me, so I decided not to. With the idea of debt weighing on me now, I don't see any option in sight for me. Thank you. No. All right. Here, I'll explain it to you here. But then I'm going to tell you what I think you should do. You have played your cards right that all options are viable options for you on the table. On the extreme position, you could go to school for 2 years and go into debt. I think you'd be fine. Okay? I made the mistake of worrying about debt when I was in college to the point I starved myself. And I also was worrying about money. I did not go into that. I took student loans out at 0%, put them in a CD at 6%, and then I took them all out. But I had the cash to pay them all out. And so I graduated with no debt. But I should have gone about 10 grand into debt so that I could get some fucking sleep, so I could get some fucking food. But like you, I was deathly afraid of debt and poverty. And so I put myself through hell. You are 2 years through your education. You have no debt. You still got a job. If you wanted to, it's well within your rights to go into whatever modicum of debt. I mean, don't fucking get a luxury flat and yellow. Oh my goodness, Tina. Any young people named Tina anymore? All right. But if you were conservative with your money and didn't go too much into debt, found some kind of part-time security guard gig, you have every right to go in debt is fine as long as it is invested in an asset that generates income, like rental property or, a highly profitable company or dental school or something like that. Not sociology or English. All right. So I think you're doing fine. Yeah, you're not going to be coming out making a ton of money, not much more than you are a butcher, but a butcher's a pretty legit. I mean, you have to understand it's good that you have a skilled trade. But do you want to be a butcher the rest of your life? So you will have to kind of reset a little bit and make not that much more with a degree, but the butcher income trajectory is like this. Accountant income trajectory is like that, assuming you get your CPA. So that's one extreme. You could kind of do a hybrid approach. See if you could work part-time as a butcher, or like I did, work security at school at night. That allows you to work on your studies. And then you won't go into as much debt. It'll be a very handleable amount of debt when you graduate. You could do another thing where you work more and only take classes part-time that you can afford. Now, this might postpone your graduation, but you won't go into debt. And you'll that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you push it, you could do it in 3 years. I prefer that. If I had to choose between that, I'd go work a security gig or librarian gig or some kind of overnight gig where you can study, and because you can't study while you're a butcher. And that's something you also got to consider, is like, you can't study while you're a butcher. If you get another job where you could study, so what? You only make $15 an hour. Who cares? You're killing two birds with one stone. You're saving a ton of time. So that's something that I would do before I'd hold on to my butcher job, to see if you can't get a job where you could study. And that's vital. Like, don't say, well, if you work here 3 months, then maybe we'll. No, boomer. I get to study on the fucking job while you have me sit here at this back door of a hotel to make sure no bums walk in. Okay. I get my laptop. I get to do my work. Although in this economy, beggars can't be choosers now. And then going further to the other side of the spectrum, what about joining the National Guard or the reserves? You'll get some tuition reimbursement. You get some money. Weekend every month. You go join, you play Weekend Warrior, and you got to go through some training. I'm sure they give you some tuition assistance. Heck, they might even have classes for the military themselves that are accredited. You could still work your security job or be a butcher part-time or whatever while you have the National Guard and go to school full-time. You could do National Guard, reserves, and then maybe that's enough. Whatever stipend they give you enough to subsidize your studies. But on the far extreme is you join the military full-time, you get the GI Bill, and you postpone your education. And the reason I'm going to go with that one, Noah, the reason why that's the one I'm recommending is because, unbeknownst to you and unbeknownst to me at the time, there is this thing called camaraderie, right? Forget the lifetime benefits that come with the military, all right? Forget, VA benefits, forget disability pay. Oh, I got a sliver in my pinky. Oh, what? I'm 50% disabled? How much a month? Which is a racket, by the way. Don't you military people tell me otherwise. Oh my God. There's so many guys I've gone on hikes with. Yeah, I'm 75% disabled. Get the fuck out of here. You're 75% disabled. Rather have my money go to a soldier than a welfare pump. I'm like, really? Really? Oh yeah, I got a headache. Oh, 25%. Anyway, so disability is another one that comes with that. But more importantly is the camaraderie. And this is what I was getting back to with Roosh and becoming a man and going out and going on an adventure, going on a journey. You will only have the opportunity to join the military once while you are young. It's like women wanting to have children and finding a quality man in their lives. You will have one opportunity. Then you will get old. In both cases, you will get old, and neither the military nor high-quality men will want you anymore. And so while you can do it now. And I would say go full-time so you get the full experience. It'll forge you as a man. It's what I wish I did. You're going to have a GI Bill at the end of it. Who knows, dude? You're sounding a little lukewarm about your accounting career here. Maybe you're a military guy. Maybe you would absolutely love the military. Like, oh my God, I know what I want to do. I want to become a general now, or I want to become a specialist. I really like this. And maybe you want to be in their marching band with the white gloves doing this. You're like, that's been your dream, to be the guy with the white hat, the white gloves doing this. Oh, he does it very well. Yeah, I'm disabled. I got a thing on my right arm. I'm 85% disabled. I can't swing the baton anymore. Here's $10,000 a month. But if it doesn't, you do your time, you do your thing. It's not you. Hey, you know what? You were a soldier. Already a lot of esteem and prestige comes with that. It's not, you're in shape, so I think you'd sail through basic, especially nowadays, how they've lowered it. Like they're helping girls do pull-ups. Like, that I'm not worried about. while you're in the military, take classes online. I know you, oh, this is the most qualified school in California. Fuck California. All you need is a bachelor's degree. And most colleges, I'm sorry, states now require you have some master's classes in there too before you sit for the CPA exam. And Chad will tell you he's a CPA. It doesn't matter where you went to school. Do you have the CPA? Yes or no? That's all they care about. Once they see CPA, they stop reading below. You could have gone to but fuck shit you with crappy degree. But as long as it's accredited and you sat for your CPA, you passed your CPA, they don't care where you went. So you might, while you're in the military, take some classes online towards your bachelor's degree. Western Governors University, ASU Online, nearly every California system has to have classes. They have to have a program for accounting online. The military probably pay for it. If you got a little downtime, you're not deployed to war. And then if it's not your thing, it's not your cup of tea. Okay, then you've served your tour. You put in your 3 or 4 years. And now, dude, you're not going to go into debt because you're going to get a housing allowance and you're going to get the GI Bill to go to college. And if you did it right, you'll have earned several credits towards your bachelor's degree that maybe you only need a year. If that, maybe you get your degree in accounting while you're in the military because they put you behind a desk, you're bored out of your mind, you got all this extra time. So you you get out of the military with a bachelor's or near a bachelor's in accounting. Now you got this big honking ass GI Bill to pay for the residual. And if you want to become a CPA, you have to take some master's classes in most states now. And thank God you got the GI Bill. And you don't have to worry about working a job, becoming a security guard or whatever, because you get your housing allowance and you get your GI Bill. Oh, and then you're disabled because you got a scratch on your nostril. And oh my God, that's at least 35%. Here's $7,000 a month. All the military guys are, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It's your left nostril that gets the scratch, and then you only get $5,000 a month. Oh, and Juan, if you didn't know, Noah, just some advice. Juan and I say also don't get a bitch pregnant. Okay, I think Noah knows this, and the reason why he knows this, Juan, is because he had to support himself and bust his ass off, and now he's like, oh fuck, if I had a kid. But in case you didn't know, or other people were listening and you didn't know, you're kind of like, hey, Noah's situation is similar to mine. I want to, for everybody out there, don't get anybody pregnant. And ladies, if you're in this situation, you too also do not become pregnant. Oops, I did it again. I got pregnant. Where is all the welfare checks? So yeah, that's what I recommend. And here's the thing, dude. All jobs suck. You're in no rush. No one's going to take you seriously until you're 35. So you might as well join the military. Go do that. Don't, because, I mean, come on, even accounting's boring. You've studied it. It's not exciting. It's not sexy. It's like, see how pissed off Chad is during tax season? Oh, he's angry. It's not a fun gig. Not that the military is going to be grand either, but at least you said, I did it. What is Yoke Hero? I want my welfare now. What is that, Juan? All right, so there you go. That's what I'd recommend. But getting back to Noah's question, you played your cards right the first time, Noah, and the benefits of that is it makes your future easier. You have participated in delayed gratification. You took your lumps early. You put in your dues. You took the bullets early on. Now, at an exponential rate, it makes your life easier. I lived in basements for 2 decades, pretty much. Oh, God, 25 years since I got to Minnesota for a quarter century. And I lived in it because it was cheaper. I could rent out rooms upstairs. And now it's paid off. Now I'm going to build my small, admittedly small, but adequate home out in South Dakota. And I'm not going to retire yet, but I'm a lot closer. And it's like, oh, I'm not recession proof, but it'd take a big depression. But I don't have any debts. I have no debts. Very low living expenses because I put the fucking dues in early. A lot of people are like, oh, how come you can just motorcycle around it? Well, because I suffered early. You suffered early. Now, you could go into debt if you wanted to. You could. Just not too much. Wouldn't be afraid of debt. If debt is used for a wise thing, it could be a good thing. But you have a lot of options on the table, including going full-time military and postponing your accounting career. Don't worry, it'll still be there. They'll still be there. Debits will still equal credits. It'll still be boring, and chicks will not want to suck your dick because you're an accountant. Just ask Chad. Making fun at people's expenses while they're not there to defend themselves. Yes. All right, Kevin McComber, our resident socialist. Do you recommend people get credit cards? Yeah, I do. Only on one condition. You get one. You put the limit at some low limit, like $1,000 a month. And because it's easy. And you almost need a credit card, Kevin. You almost do, just to like, I got to pay for this online. You got to pay for that online. You get your gas. It's not just the convenience, but the time. A lot of people are fearful of a cashless society, which I understand the concerns, and I am too in one regard, but I rarely use cash because I'm like, I don't have, here, look, I'll give you the pennies, and look, all this worthless metal. Maybe I'll go to a video game arcade someday. They only take credit cards. And to build up your credit. That's another one. All right, someone gave us 10. Oh, Dane, $20. Thanks, Dane. Oh, Dane is lieutenant, retired. Lieutenant Dane Lucerno, United States Navy, just joined the military. So this guy could speak. Just join the military when you're stateside. Take your free classes that don't touch your GI Bill. By the way, you can go to class during work hours depending on the job of the military. Yeah, so what I said, but this comes from a legit guy who served and knows. Dane, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Don't post it here. What'd you get for disability, Dane? Why? I stubbed my toe. $10 million a month. 100% disabled. Just email me that, Dane. I don't want to. All right. If you guys have similar questions about whether you should go into debt, I've got two books for you here. Okay, one's called Bachelor Paddock. Let's get rid of Dane's comment. Oops. Here's Judd. Okay, get Bachelor Pad Economics. It's a thick book. You're not going to read the whole thing about college. You're only going to read the chapter about college and financing college, which is maybe this many pages. Maybe it's that many. You got that there. And if you're new to the channel, and then you two are worried about financing college, okay, we're talking about investments. Make sure you don't major in stupid fucking shit. Okay? Get this book Worthless. That's not that thick. You could read through it. It's on Audible too if you don't like reading. And since you kids are already not going to school anyway, this book will make sure you don't waste your life and like, oh my God, you graduated with $50,000 in debt. So what? You got a degree in chemical engineering. You're doing good. And if you're the type that says, but it's been my dream, it's not my passion, you definitely need that book. You definitely need it because your dreams and your passions are guaranteed. All dreams and passions become nightmares when you pay $150,000 in tuition and lodging to pursue them. All right. Get a couple more Asshole Consulting questions. And if you got questions, Cappy's got answers, assholeconsulting.com. Take a look at the links all below. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.